Guy's way up in north central Kentucky, right on the border of Indiana, pretty sure. Yep. Guy bought this 1966 Ford Mustang Sight Unseen on the interwebs. Saw a couple pictures and yep, that's good enough. I'll take it. Of course, it hasn't run in over a decade or more and been off the road even longer than that. So I'm going to do the right thing and try to fire this thing up and drive it 300 miles home. Positive gauge, even. I'll be dipped. We got flakage in the paint, and I ain't kidding you. The story goes on this rig here, there is one. I don't know nothing about it, and the nice feller I bought it from, well, he doesn't know nothing about it either. See, he found it in a field. It had just been sitting out there rotting away, and he and his whole family are Ford fellers, didn't like seeing that, and I don't blame him. So he snagged on it, set it up here in his driveway for a long time. And he's got Mustangs all over this place and just never quite got to this one, decided to let her go. And I've been looking for a 66 specifically for a very, very long time. This is actually the first car that I was paid to work on when I was a very young man. Not this exact one, but a 66 with the 289 and a 4-speed. This particular rig has a 6 in a row, ready to tow. Nope. 6 in a row, ready to blow. Nah, 6 in a row, ready to go. Maybe. We'll figure it out. Should be a 200. That's what they came with. But let's take a walk around this thing and see if we could figure anything out about it. Maybe there's some history or some of them receipts. I don't know. Some call them receipts or something in there. And I guess we'll have to see if it's actually feasible. This thing's going to fire up and go down the road on its own. Previous owner did say, and I know for a fact, this front left tire locks up. I could see skid marks everywhere. So we've got a spindle issue, bearing issue, brake issue, all 7 of them. I don't know. We're going to have to put some work in today though, fellers. That's for sure. Well, the first thing I noticed here, feller, is the paint and the body work, or maybe lack thereof, or just old. But it's been painted and it's got this like silver flake or pearl in it. Kind of looks like a late 80s, maybe mid 90s, 97, 88. I don't know. Okay. It's been painted on. We got some pretty thick primer or body filler, epoxy. There's Bondo. It's got a little bit of everything. But overall, this quarter doesn't have too much weight reduction. Poverty cap. Got all 4. Can't believe it, but I guess I got to. Looking at it. Rockers, who knows what's under the trim there. We're seeing some bubblage. Right there. Not so much here, but right there. Again, we got some paint peelage. No idea what that is. It was probably a really nice looking color back in the day. I imagine it was a lot darker red, like a deep burgundy or wine color. She got clobbered. That's too bad. Still got the badges on the side. Of course, you don't see the 289 or anything like that. Tires are dry rotted. Daytons. Quadras. Say. I don't know. I got different tires for the rig. Bumper might come back around with some steel wool and some elbow grease. Not quite sure. Moss and mold grill. That's a factory option. Get it straight off the assembly line like that. Can't believe that didn't get taken out. It's pretty complete. This fender seems to be in better condition than the other. We even got the Mustang on there on this side. Poverty cap. Pretty solid. Hood springs, we got an issue there. Got some sort of J.C. Whitney leaf protector upper guard. Front glass is looking pretty snazzy. Not a single crack in there. I better maybe add one so I feel better. Whoop, just took the rubber off. We'll put that back. Pretend that didn't happen. This door, I'm told, does not close. That is confirmed. Although it does swing nice, so that's fine. Got some mossage. Whoop. Here's some. Yeah. Oh, this is a drifting hole. I've been running into these a lot lately. Wind comes in and brings the tire smoke and aerodynamics up through this stuff here. So we'll leave that, basically. Much more worser down there. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that at all. Again, we've got some heavy filler. That's not factory filler. Someone was really in there digging around. Whoops. Okay. Back glass, excellent condition. Almost scary nice. Deck lid's in really good shape. Might have to pull this window out. Try to prevent this from rusting through. You don't want that. Believe you me. Got the tail lips still in it. Chrome still on it. These lenses are nice. Well, I would say them probably been replaced on fellers, to be honest. Rear bumper, again, that might clean up. Little bit of a ding. Dang it. Right there. But it's the way she goes. This is what I like about these Mustangs. Really cool. Boop. Gasolina. Is right there. That's where it goes. More mossage. Moldage. That one maybe doesn't look replaced. Maybe it was. Not sure. Underneath. Oof. We got muffler edge. Single pipe later, of course. But overall, not a bad looking rig. I mean, from like 112 feet, might look pretty good, actually. See? And then if you dip just a little bit, see that? Not bad. Well, I think where we should start, fellers, let's get back in that trunk, see what we got going on. I don't think a guy's ever seen keys this worn out. This is just a stick. There's like no shape or teeth or nothing on this. So the good news is, if a guy ever wants to steal my Mustang, any flat piece of metal ought to get it done. Let's see which one of these works back here. Yeah, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Jiggle, jiggle, shake. Up, down. Vertical circle shake. Pound, twist, pound, twist. Well, help me understand this. Oh, that was easy. Oh, it's actually got some goodies in here. Oh man, this paint used to be snazzy, and I ain't kidding you. Ooh. Smells like the bottom of a keg and old deck stain or something. It's not. It stings the nostrils in there. I'll show you. We got mirrage. That's neat. Were you missing that? I guess I didn't even pay it. Oh, we are. I'll be dipped. Not anymore. Just need some self-tappers. Bumper guards. Armrestage in mint condition. Brand new. Some sort of floor mat. Oh, okay. Got some booze bottles up there. That's fine. We'll just ignore that. Oh. There you go. Broken tail lenses. So these were replaced. See, they just stick out. They're too shiny. Wonder what that was. Not sure. Got some weight reduction. A couple speed holes back here. Got some luggage vents over here. I mean, it's got it all. We got some light bulbs, Teflon tape. I didn't even need to bring any tools. There's a screw. Probably use that on the mirror. But good news is, No water pump or head gasket or charger whirler or lightning system or anything like that back here. Small trunk. I'd say one body, tops. You know, I think before a guy pops the old power barn, let's jump inside and see if we can find any other goodies. And I just want to take a gander at this 4-speed. That's got me jazzed right up. Easy open door. A lot of the same smell. Nope. With just a hint of grandma's shoe closet. It's kind of strange. I think the last time this was driven to town, she might have been booze cruised. And there is some spilling. You know what I mean? It's hefty. Oh, these things are so neat. The styling of these early Mustangs, just can't beat them. Yeah, don't worry about this here. This is a factory option. It's an additional storage feature from Ford. You hide stuff and then, see? Just like that. Sure, maybe we can fix that door latch. We got window edge. Look at this thing. It's pretty nice. We got positive headlinerage. I mean, it's full of mold, but it's up. It's still up in there. That's good. Seats are pretty well, I wouldn't say they're shot. A little bit of black speed tape. Bring them back around. I was told that this hook to that, hook to the door, is what keeps the door shut. So that's pretty neat. It is a 4-speed. That is excellent news. We got 99,658.2 mileages on it. Is this 99? I don't know. Pedals? Boy, that's hard to say. Hard to say. You guys let me know what you think. 99 or 199? Maybe it's 299. What do we got back here? Car coverage. That's good. Wow, look at that seat. That is in great condition. That's brand new. Oh, I just need some spit shine. Deck lid ain't too bad. Yep, it's shot. That's fine. Ooh, something just broke in the front end. We'll ignore that. Okay, well, good start. Let's get on the other side. Pop the old mitten box open. See what we got going on in there. Look at this door panel and that armrest. It's in actually really good condition. More of the same on the seatage. Just the sun, you know, the citruses, the vitamin C got in them. A little too hard. I better get my rust checker in here. I got a specific tool. Tells you if you got rust in the floor. Yeah, we're good back there. What about up here? We got a little bit over here and a touch there, but not too bad. Rain. Oh, excuse me. More accurate. See? Ooh, we got tape deckage. No. Well, we're going to have to try that out right away. I do have one of the largest collections known in now the southeast of the United States of America. What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got here? What do we got inside of this? How do you get in there? I'm gonna say there's no paperwork in there, so we're just gonna, got the badge though. So overall, not too bad of an interior, fellers. I have ridden in worse. Look at that. Well, once a guy figures out how to stand back up, knees are locked, you know. Let's get under the power barn here and see if that 200 is in there still and complete, hopefully. You know, although a guy does appreciate on the Fords, I own a lot of them actually, I'm not an expert. I don't got all of the histories locked into the brain bucket. But I'm pretty sure in 66, you had your option of the 200 6-cylinder, or you could get the 289 with the 2-barrel, or the 289 with a 4-barrel, or get this, you could get a 289 hypo. I don't know who's better or something. Should have an Autolite single barrel on it. And if you ordered the Sprint package, this little 6-banger would have a chrome air cleaner. I said it. Chrome air cleaner if you ordered it that way. All right, trying to remember how to operate these. Oh yeah, the springs are definitely, got to get some juice on them right away. Well, we got engineage under the power barn. That's good. Definitely is the 200 without a doubt. And I see chrome air cleaner edge. I'll be dipped. Huh. I'll get you in here. FOMOCO. Got the bag in it still. I can't believe it. But I guess I got to. I'm looking right at the thing. Well, just poking around in here for a few minutes, fellers, I believe we have completage. I mean, it looks to be all there. And between the air cleaner and this bag, that's worth more than anything under this entire hood under here. We got slight speed holes where the battery goes. That seems fine. Steel me junction still there. Fuel filter from the 70s. That's approved. The previous owner told me he started farting around on her, put in some lightning hoses and sparkulators, which is great because that saves me like $100 right there. And he also drained the fuel tank. He said it was really varnishy and put in a couple gallons of fresh gas, but that was years and years ago. So we'll probably have to do the same, but never got her running. Just kind of started going through the process. It just didn't quite get there. But I'm seeing the springs on the Z-bar. The pedal master is in there. We got an old school Moto Craft oil filter. Hoses are rock solid and ready to burst, so we're gonna leave them alone most likely. Charging wheelers on it. Belts on it. We'll have to see if this thing actually turns over still here in a minute. Original block. You can see the FOMOCO stamp down there. All the freeze plugs still in it that I can see. So that's also good news. Wonder, let's go ahead and just check on the juice right now. What do we got? What's in here? Full of green stuff. That's my guy. It's nice when you get cars like this from Mustang owners because they know how to treat them, you know, or store them up. Look at this color, how it used to be. Boy, I bet that was pretty back in the day when she was fresh. You know what I mean? Oof. Although, I'm not seeing the sparkles. Maybe they was on a budget and only, you know, sprinkled the sparkles on the top, not on the undersides. Who knows? We might have a shot here, fellers. Of course, we don't know how the clutch is, the transmission, the rear end, and then we've got locked wheels. That's going to be a big thing there. These little buzz saws here put out 120 horsepowers. I know, right? 4,400 RPM or somewhere around there. I think a lot of that had to do with the compressions on her. 9.2 to 1, actually, in this little unit. I'm going to try to spin it over by the belt. See if this thing still rotates, get 360 degrees out of it. Might be a little taunt on account of the compressions, seeming the sparkulators are still in here, but we'll see. This is going to tell us if we're going to have a good day or if we're going to be, you know, in the fisticuses with the engines. Put some pressure on the belt. Whoop. Oh, there she went. There's definitely a ring ridge or something. About halfway around, I can hear compression, which is good. It means the rings are trying to do something. I think I made it all the way around. That's good news. Man, Ford built some really, really stout 6-cylinders. It's probably, in my personal opinion, the best thing they did was the 306 and the 206, and pretty awesome engines. Okay, well, engine turns. That's great news. We got a fighting chance to get it running, but we're going to switch gears here. Here's why. No matter what, I own this puppy. I'm going to have to figure out a way to get it home. And it ain't going to happen on these tires. I'm telling you that right now. I did order some new ones, and I actually got them here at the house. So I think what we're gonna do is just go completely backwards, jack this thing up, bust these tires off, run down to the tire store, get the new ones mounted, and have those here. So end of day, however it shakes out, at least we could try to roll this thing around or get it on a U-Haul, or I don't know what we're gonna do. Hopefully drive it home, but we gotta have some good tires to do that. So these ones just ain't gonna make it. Body tag's still there, that's good. Okay, plan. These guys are busy. They're going to try to work me in before 5, so I just dropped them off. They're going to give me a call once they get them mounted and balanced. And I got some pretty neat tires from Coker. I'm excited to show you guys. You know me with tires and wheels. I always got to do something a little bit different. I've never done this on the channel yet before, but I think you're going to like it. Trying to get this hood juiced up. Currently tighter than my wallet, you know, so it barely opens, is what I'm saying. While them tires are getting done, we got a lot of work to do, fellers. Normally if a guy's, you know, close to home or up in the barn, guy can really, you know, sink his teeth in and take his time on some of this stuff, but we ain't got the time. We got 300 miles to get home. That's what we got. So we should just jump right in, see if this thing spins over by the starter, get this thing to fire off and make some noise, test the clutch, make sure the rear end is doing rear end stuff, and then we'll be in pretty good shape. And then we can move on to what I think is going to take the bulk of the time, which is why do the front tires not want to turn or roll? They're not, it's not doing tire things, is what I'm saying, which also means there's probably no brakes. Haven't hit that pedal yet because you know how that goes. Well, I think first things third here. Guy's going to get the fuel line disconnected from the tank in the back right at the fuel pump here. So if she does spin over, we're not suckalazing mystery material into the fuel pump, make it happen here, because you know me, I planned and didn't bring one. So that's good. So I want to get this line off of here. Oh, she's crispy anyway. Oh, it's just falling apart in my hand actually. Huh. Wow. Is this how we're gonna start our friendship? You're gonna struggle the whole time. I just want you to come off of there. I just need you off of this. Oh, my ears just got hot. That's usually when a guy just knows to throttle down a little bit, you know. There we go. That was easy. Yeah, so this guy here is just completely crispy. And look at that. So we're gonna replace on that anyway. Is that one loose down there? Well, how come it was so easy on this end? It wasn't. Anyway, so that's pretty good to go now. We're gonna throw a battery in here and get this. Scotty, previous owner, threw in a new battery. Well, it's from April, but a couple years ago, but still, it's new. And then we got some other digital stuff. We got seat covers. I mean, they've been in a box a bit. And seat foam. So we got some stuff to do. Plus, look at that beautiful thing. Moses sandals. Well, I can tell that he and I are friends because he got a battery with the go handle here. But the posts are wrong. So we're just gonna twirl on it. And now the posts are right. You know what I mean? Get this down in here. Oh, there ain't much holding on to stuff. Both the cables are red, anti-theft. Make it confusing, so when someone goes to steal your rig, they just burn the thing down instead. You know what I mean? Especially if you got a Ford, because, well, they're easy to steal. These caps, who invented these? Why are they on here? Okay. Whoever made these I just want them audited. I said it. I'm sorry. Sorry it came to that, but it's true. Okay, fire test. We're gonna get the SAD cable on here first. That's the red one. Then we're gonna take the positive cable. I was in a good mood. That's the red one. We're just gonna tap it on here. Not seeing any sparkles. We're gonna go ahead and seat it. And then, you know, get around a little bit. We're looking for fire, mainly, or smoke, because where there's smoke, there's smell, or something like that. Speaking of smell, I don't smell anything burning. Nothing seems to be getting hot. There's only 3 wires in this whole car, and I'm looking at them. So, yep. Fire test passed. She's not going to burn down. Got my Lone Wolf 6000. You know, she's plugalized right in here. One just goes to the positive side, and the other one goes to S on the relay. I believe that means sapphires. The guy that designed this ignition relay here was a gem collector. No, not even close. Probably means start. Not sure. Here we go. Okay, well, it's spinning over and it's squealing and making weird noises. Battery's good. That's good news. Let's try it again. Listen now. Shh. Okay, battery's dead, so that's good. You know, the other thing is the engine actually rolls over with the starter, which is great. Easy to get to. I mean, I could hook my teeth on it from here, but you ain't gonna find it in stock, you know. It's spinning over pretty good. It's actually spinning over pretty evenly. So we might not have stuck rings and stuff like that, although I did feel the ring ridge when we first popped her loose. So I'm gonna take this new battery back out, and then I'm gonna put the new battery in that I brought, which has been swapped between, I don't know, 12 or 13 cars and never charged. Perfect. Super starts. This one runs at 58 RPM. Apparently, I don't know what that means. Posts are on the right side, so we'll just ease this down in. This one's got 580 cranking amps, so should put that starter in the Tokyo drift mode. What was that noise? Something digitalized. I don't know what it was. Let's try it again. I just wanna make sure everything's good here. So far, it's going good. Yeah. Okay. Wow, what in the... I got fire and... What's going on here? Well, I just can't believe it, but my good battery is dead. Hey, I think Scotty's got a battery charger around here. I saw, oh, there it is right there. That'll fix it. This clamp tightened up, but of course this one was spinning and the nut is just stuck. So I did the right thing and installed a new clamp on there. Another trick here, guys, you can just run a screw in between this clamp and the post, and that'll bite and eat in there and expand that up enough to get that out of there, if then a guy doesn't have the best tool ever made laying around. Guy wants to run these chargers on boil mode, and if you got the time, just let them sit out there in the shop for a week, 2, until you could smell that acid just wafting through the air. That's when you know they're ready to use, you know. So our original plan got negated by the new plan, but we're going to have to replan the replan on account of the less voltages we need here. So while this is doing that, I think what's going to happen is we need to get over here on the captain's side front. She's locked up tighter than Alcatraz. Take that all apart, see what's going on in there. Of course, I don't have any brake hardware, you know. I think it might got a wheel cylinder or something. but could be the bearings. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's get in there and take it apart and see what we got. Get out of that. Well, why doesn't just banging on it remove it? I don't understand what's going on. We got a spring lifter in here. That's neat. Worn out tie rod ends, expected. There we go. You know, I'm really, really happy that the engine rolled over like that. That's fantastic news, but tell you what, fellers, and the 3 fellettes watching, we ain't out of the tree row yet. You know what I mean? We got there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're just gonna have to methodically. Is that only in music or is that in general? I don't know. We're gonna have to systematically go through this all with no, we're just gonna figure it out as we go. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. That battery charger turned off already? Can't be. Yeah. That was easy too. This should be a dust cap. Okay. That's off. Well, that wasn't over tightened, which is good news. But yeah, so I think what's going on here is when you change your shoes, but you don't change your drums, you start wearing a groove in them puppies. And them shoes end up wearing up into that drum so far that there's a lip. And then when a guy tries to remove it, you can't remove it on account of the lip that we just previously talked about. And, you know, looking at the rest of this rig, it's probably likely. Just drop all your bearings here in the dirt. They'll be fine. Okay. What do we got? Tell me what's going on. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. I need to get some like tools and pry bars or something. Where am I? 3,755 hours later, this is off, and we did pretty good keeping the destruction somewhat down. And, you know, it was a little bit locked up, not gonna lie. Looks like we got our parts there. Dirt daubers got in here and just did the thing. Bearing slid off as well. We can ease that back in. This drum, you can see some metal on metal there or something. But sure enough, there's that lip I was talking about, fellers. So I think what I'm gonna do, and I'm running out of daylight today, which I was hoping to have this thing on the road by tonight, but that ain't gonna happen. I might call around and see if there's somewhere in town that still turns drums. I know no one has one in stock, and I wanna save some money anyway, because, well, here it all is, right there. Anyway, so if we could turn this for 10 bucks, that would be nice. And then I gotta see if I can ease all this stuff back together just a little bit. Good news is the bearings, you know, hello. Yeah, they're happy, so that's good. I found an O'Reilly's right down the street, and they said they could turn these puppies, so I'm gonna run down there, have them do that, and then I can scoot around a little bit in the aisles and pick up some other stuff that I forgot as well. So now that a guy's got a fresh drum, you know, brand new, we're gonna go ahead and replace and rebuild all of the brake hardware in here. I already put a new wheel cylinder in. Yeah, my theory is the wheel cylinder got stuck out, and that's what drove the shoes into the drum and created that wedge. So let's go ahead and fix all the other stuff in here. There we go. Yeah, just some brake rejuvenation spray. This will bring it all back around. New hardware. See that? All this is brand new now. Let this dry for about a minute and 32 seconds. Pop that drum back on, and we're good to go. Guy went ahead and cleaned up the race in here, repacked this bearing. You know, we got some miles to go. If it was a short jaunt, like 50 miles or something, yeah. But 300, we don't want to lose that feller. And this is a good old school National made in USA, so, you know, I trust on it. We just cleaned her up, put her back together. I'm an old school feller. I just pack them in my hand, get a blob of grease up here, and just start working it through. There's other ways to do it. They got little tools and stuff. How do you guys pack your bearings? Bleep bloop it down in the comments. I'm curious as to what the majority does. You want just a little bit of resistance in here, feller. Kind of just hear it dragging lightly, but it still, you know, spins. You don't want it too taut. You're going to heat this thing up and lock her down again. And you don't want it too loose because you're going to max out your wheel cylinder and you're going to be jerking different directions and whatnot. So take your time setting up your original spacing, and then you can always adjust it with your spoon back here on the dial or enter. This is the outside bearing here. This one was really boogered up, and it's worth mentioning, get these really clean like this where they roll freely before you repack them. Don't just start jamming fresh grease into old grease. Ain't really going to help you out. This is some spicy tuna roll brand, so this one's been replaced. The inside wheel bearing is definitely older. I'm going to pack this up and button up that side. Yep. I think I just swallowed a beetle. Anyway, the real feel is now a very balmy 19 degrees with some wind, so that's good. As the sun's going down, I figured it would be a good time to reflect. Just kind of pause and update you where we're at. Well, still not running. Clutch, no idea. Transmission, unknown. Rear end, it's there. Don't know if it, you know, works. Battery is still boiling. It's not wanting to hold a charge. But the left front wheel rolls. So, I mean, we're doing fine. I mean, everything's looking up, okay? So don't worry about it. I think we should probably go ahead and just see if this thing is going to fire up now. And then we can move on to, if it does, changing on the oil and this and that. Like I say, it's a good thing it's already got sparkulators and lightning hoses. That saves some money. I got a new cap in that box he gave me. Maybe we throw that on. Probably not. Waste of time and money. And once we get it running, then we can move on to some other stuff. You know, I'm kind of thinking maybe we just keep going down the line of the brakes. I know, haven't heard it fire off yet, but either and who or way, we're going to have at least 22.93% brakes to do anything in the future. So I'm going to pop this cap off here and see if we got any juice in here or what's going on. I don't think that's going to come off. I'm going to pop this cap off here. There we go. Had to get the numb mitt down there. That way you can squeeze so hard you break your own bones, but don't care, you know. Okay, there's chunks of plastic coming out of here. Whoops, okay. And it is empty. So no point in hitting the pedal. We know it's going to go right to the floor, and all that's going to do is just suck a bunch of air into the system, which there already is. I get that. But we don't want more air. More error? Mostest air. Anyway, we don't want a higher quantity. You know what I'm saying. Let me get some juice. Guys, got a mess like you wouldn't believe in here. I've been working on the railroad. Nope. Still literally have not. Need to delete that one out of my song bank, I think. Thirsty little devil. Got any bubbles coming up? I don't see any yet. I don't know. Is that enough for now? I'm going to leave the diaphragm out for now. Just put the cap on. Because what we're going to do is just really gently press on the brake pedal and just try to ease and feed some juice down there. If I put that diaphragm in, it's going to spill all this back out immediately. Easy open. Boop. Okay, I don't think I'm going to fix that. It's pretty convenient. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, 0 pedal. 0 pedal. Come on, bring something around. We're just trying to see if this master cylinder is actually going to work. The terrifying thing working on these old rigs with the brakes, you got to get into the master cylinder, which you can replace. They have rebuild kits too. But getting the lines off without just, you know, doing that, whatever that meant, it's not good. Hey, something's starting to happen. Something, I don't know. I don't know that it's any good, but that's a nice looking snow shovel. Ergonomics, even. Huh. Wonder what Tandy Tucker's doing. I heard that she has a 65 Mustang. Huh. Well, we do have a little bit of pedal, which is a lot more than we need. I can always bleed on them here a little bit later, but I think we really need to get, you know, does it run? Does the car start? It's probably important for our journey. So pause on the brakes. I did, by the way, hear the captain's side rear squeakulating in there, which means the wheel cylinders doing something. I also didn't hear any hissing, you know, grass snake, which means, uh-oh, popped brake line. You know, you've been there. I've been there. Not good. So far, you know, we're doing good, is what I'm saying. On to the engine. Captain's log, 66 Mustang, 43.9 minutes later, still in Kentucky. Anyway, jiggling on the ignition key, same issue as the trunk, but worser. Finally got her on the accessories, because we need to check sparkles eventually. Anywho, got clicks. We got nothing but clicks. So even though we got a charged up bald battery, we're getting clicking, is what I'm saying. The steel me junction couldn't be bad. It's just a washer in there. Once you energize it, smashes, sends voltages down the starter, you know. Tried to jump the starter straight across, see if it was the starter or the steel me junction. Probably the starter. I'm going to ignore that for now, pretend I didn't do that. Go ahead and replace the steel me junction, because I have that. It was $12, and that one is pretty rotten. And we'll try it again, and then we'll know for sure that it is definitely the starter that I will not be able to find today. Great. That's just fine. 7:11, 8-9er, early sun up now, o'clock in the morning. Day 2, Mustang. Should have been home by now. Luckily, you know, I gave myself an extra day because nothing ever goes right for me. But listen here now, scoot closer. I have to be home tonight. I have an obligation tomorrow in Tennessee. I cannot miss, believe you me. Late last night, I drove like 45 minutes, found the starter. It's manufactured by a company, remanufactured again, sold to another parts store. That parts store sold it to another parts store, but was still in the earlier parts store's parts box. So that's good. Probably not going to work. But at least we got one. I was fixing to just take this one apart, rebuild it. By that I mean just bang the rust out of the brushes, hit her with some brake clean, put it back together. Normally get about 10 more cranks out of it that way, but with 300 miles, I think we're going to be stopping quite a bit. So I didn't want to gamble on it. No one had them in stock, and then my brain fired up and said, let's call the same parts stores and ask if they have a marine application, and I'll be dipped. You know, here it is. Hopefully it works. The only difference with the marine, I think, is it's got a third ear tab on here, which we don't need. We just need the 2 down there on the old one. The good news is, too, we're going to be driving right by that place on the way home, so I can turn this one back in and get my $18 core back. I also snagged up another battery cable down to that there one, because this one's not looking very hot. So I'm going to jump right in, get the starter swapped, get this relay bolted up here, clean up the grounds a little bit, see if we can get the thing spinning over, spinning over, whatever. We're gonna get the engine rotatalizing, and then we can just put some Firemaker down the app, see what happens. I haven't even pulled the air cleaner off, no idea what the fuel make it happen looks like, but well, let's try it. Throttle moves, that's all you need. Listen, I'm willing to give credit where credit is loaned. With the steel me junction, you know, that's not very convenient for that factor, but it is convenient when you're pulling starters out. You don't got 79 wires and cables hanging off down here. Really easy to get these out. Like I say, just those 2 bolts there, boop and bip. But we've got a boop beep bip over here. We're just not going to utilize on that one. And then I got a new one of these guys. Pretty thin, and you know, this is fine. I'm not worried about that. But this, I don't know, just didn't like it. Oh, this has already been replaced on before, so that's fine. Well, it's out. I mean, it was in, and took it out. Good news is only one of the 3 tabs line up. Shoot, I was sure that this was going to work, but it didn't. I don't know if it's automagical versus manual or what the deal is. So anyway, like I said a few minutes ago, the right thing to do here would just be rebuild on the old starter, because that'll last forever, and then we just, you know, we'll save the money on this one. So I'm going to take apart the other one and probably not get it back together. That's the next plan. Yep. So armature is perfectly fine. That's moving pretty nice. I'll still clean this up, put some juice on it, you know what I mean. Contact switch, a little dirty. I'll get some sandpaper in between there, clean that up just a little bit. And it's definitely going to be the brushes, and you can see heavy wear in there. So basically, just going to take this outside and brake clean everything, bang on it, hit it with a hammer about 16 times, put it back together with about 30% less hardware, put a new cable on it, and then see if it rotates. Closer look here. She's cranked that bad boy over, you know, a couple times over the years. Hopefully I can get this cleaned up and juiced. If I could just get a few starts out of this thing, guy can park it on a hill or something, or just never shut it off, hopefully. But at this residence, right out of the garage is a big hill. We ain't push starting it to start off with, that's for sure. By the way, pretty sure the Catalina wine mixer was held in this backyard. It's a nice place. Big thanks to Scotty and his wife for all the hospitality. Well, a guy did get the old starter all cleaned up, juiced, lubricated, put back together, and got her spinning, but it was really slow. These brushes are just completely shot, so we ain't gonna get that going without a rebuild kit, unfortunately. Uh-oh, now what do we do? Well, I'll tell you. Guy sat down over there on a stump and thought about it for a minute, and then it dawned on me, the reason the nose cone is missing on this one is I took apart the reman one, parts and pieces off of this one that I needed, bolted it onto this guy, tested this one, and it's whirling. Took me a minute to get the spacing right here because it's a little bit different. Had to knock the end out, get a little, I don't know what this is, bushing. There's 2 washers in there and then that cup washer. And it seems to be shooting out and bringing her back okay-ish. So now we'll bolt this back in, and 79 days later, maybe we're back to turning over an engine that doesn't run. That's just fine. Well, a custom-made starter's installed. Got a new cable on that. Figured might as well replace that one as well. Got the Lone Wolf 6000 hooked back up. Let's see what happens. Oh, good. Now we're way back to, you know, where we were previously. We gotta waste no times here, fellers. Let me get this shiny chrome air cleaner off. That's 13 horsepower. See if I can find some juice and see if this thing makes some noise. It is not locked up at all. About a 2% chance that the accelerator pump works, but that's fine. You know, I got to thinking, probably will test on the sparkles really quick. We could just, you know, cross that one off the list. I got my cheapy little tester thing here you guys always see me use. Light comes on, you got spark. So we'll throw that over there. Spin on her. Yep, immediately. Well, that's good. Coil's good. Lightning whirler is whirling lightning. Really shouldn't be any reason. Should pop off, and spinning it over as much as we had, we might have already built a little bit of oil pressure. Did I even check the oil? I don't think I did. Maybe we ought to do that. There's some in it. Really old. Like, that's like 16 years old, 17 years old. Not a lot of gas in it. There's definitely no antifreeze or water. So we can run on that for a couple minutes. I ain't worried about that at all. Okay, filter trays on. Yeah, all right, see what happens. There's a little bit of fuel out of my zero turn from last year. Mixed with a little bit of two-stroke. Jam that in there. That is way too much. Perfect. And then we'll just twist on it. I got the key on still, so we got sparkles. Here goes nothing. Like it shut off yesterday, minus all the valve train snapping and clattering. Let's do it again. Starter needs shimmed. I don't know, it's like someone cobbled one together and put it in there or something. There's a weird noise coming from this, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to discern what that is with the senses until I can get it running a little bit longer. I'm gonna hook up a NHRA fuel system here really quick. Maybe we can get this thing to idle, and then we could start checking over that sound. Also, we gotta make sure that it doesn't get hot. I don't have a thermostat, of course. That's fine, that's probably stuck. We'll just tickle that with the Tanya Harding if we need to. All right, let me get this tank. This tank here has the same bad gas in it that we just ran that tin front Dodge on. Remember that one? The black one? Yeah. So I went and snagged this out of that. This has also got a digital pump hooked right on her, just in case this mechanical one don't work. I'm hoping it does, because again, I don't have that either. So hopefully this starts pumping. If not, we got a backup plan. I'm gonna prime this line so that fuel pump diaphragm gets wet right away, otherwise it ain't gonna diaphragm, you know? Mm-hmm. Varnish level 6, not too bad actually. Not too bad. Wow, I just get on here. You little devil. I don't know, can that be good enough? I guess I should have put this on first, but that would have made too much sense. We'll just waste some more time. 7-pound rad cap, is that normal? I don't know. We'll ignore that too, basically. Why does it smell like Cheetos with mayonnaise down here? That's really odd. Well, kind of like it though, to be honest. Okay, so now a guy's gonna try to bottle feed on her till hopefully the fuel pump make it happen or makes it happen and gets it up through this filter that's rotten. And then that'll fill the bowl up, because I can't, maybe I can. No, I can't get it in the vent. So we're just gonna have to do it the old school way. That's valve train noise. Really ticky. Maybe it'll come out of it. Oh, needle stuck. That's what that is. So, get my carburetor adjuster. That should be adjusted now. Yeah. Shoot. Carburetor, not happy. We'll have to pull that apart, but listen, it's running. We just got some valves snapping and bending up here, but maybe they'll come out of it. No, probably not. Sure is a nice day today compared to yesterday. Huh. Is that a birch tree? Wow, don't see them often. Well, guy just went ahead and pulled her all the way off. We're just gonna do a quick, cheap and dirty rebuild on this thing back there on the trunk. First step is just clean off the entire outside. Got her laid up here on the workbench. Got this Walker rebuild kit. Now don't be afraid to take these apart, fellers, and put them back together. It's just a mechanical device. I mean, it ain't gonna give you backlip or nothing like that. And there's constructions in here and everything else, but if you're nervous, just take photographs with your digital plaque machine as you go, and then just reverse on it and put it back there. And that's pretty much it. What we're really after here is, we know that the needle and seat is shot. It's stuck, but if we bang it free, might as well replace it. And then the other great thing is, while we're in here, other than the obvious, we get to clean it out, we're gonna replace the accelerator pump so we can get a pump shot out of this thing. Manuals are really tricky to drive when you don't have an accelerator pump. You know what I mean? Yep, that guy does. And that guy. Yeah, it's a good thing we took this apart, fellers. She's just gonna plug up right away anyway. Look at all that in there. And then of course the needle, see how the floats are down? Oh, there it broke free. Was stuck. But we're gonna fix on that anyway, clean all this stuff up and put her back together. Surprisingly, the gasket came off in one piece. Should check and make sure that's the right one first. Yeah, we're good to go. We can get all that peeled off. Get her back together. Few things. Spent about 20 minutes looking for a 7/16. It was in my back pocket. Fuel make it happener's back on. And the fuel pump is bad. Kind of a unique situation, but it happens, feller. The fuel passed right through, straight into the crankcase, and it was dumping all over the ground. Look at all that gas in there. So that is shot. I'm gonna call around and try to see if maybe potentially I could find a mechanical. Otherwise, we're going to have to run electro-digital. My concern is this has got too much GP horsepower torques, and it might blow right through that needle and seat. Uh-oh, that's also not good. These, you know, fire, hot, fuel leak, fire, bad. So we want to try to avoid that if possible. So I'm going to call around a little bit. I might have an Edelbrock one in my tote that's less HPs than that, but not sure. We're going to have to try to use the tank in this rig. The really good news is Scotty said, can't remember when, 3 years ago or something like that, maybe a year ago. Anyway, he did drain what was in there and put a little bit of fresh fuel in, so fingers crossed that if we plug into it again, we might be okay for a little bit. We'll just run double filters if we have to or something, but this is only 10 gallons and you can't fill it all the way up, so we'd have to literally stop at every fuel station. I don't even know if there'd be enough fuel stations. So we got to keep that in mind. So we might just plumb that in, hook up the digital and see what happens, but I'll make a couple calls first. Guys, putting in a different fuel system here. Got this Edelbrock plumbed in and we're swooping her up, see? And then bringing it around. Got a filter tray in over here. Just got a wire in that pump. I think we're just gonna go hardwired. Guy can come out here, tie it up. I don't have any switches. Jump in and go. And I got this trailer brake light wiring. That'll work, you know, just like this, and then tie it in over here, and then, you know, tie that in over there. This should be fine. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Is this some sort of semi-show car or something? Well, I'm just trying to keep things, you know, orderly and neat in here so we know what's going on. Got some twist nuts down on the wiring there. Protection, safety. Let's fire this pump up, see if we can get some fuel. Oh yeah, immediately. Now, let's see if it blows this needle out. You can hear it filling. Hang in there. Hang in there. By the way, that fuel doesn't look that bad. I just put 5 gallons in. I think it might be okay. That pump doesn't sound happy though. There's pressure back. All right, it's holding, so I think we're good. Now, we've got to change on this oil before we do anything, because there's 1.5 gallons or more of gasolina down there in the bottom end. We're just de-sludging the crankulator, that's all. So let's drop that oil, put a new filter in it, filter back up, get this digitalized, fire it up, and see if we can get it to idle and run, and then we can move on to, you know, does it get hot? You know, when it comes to the drain plug up here, don't use the right wrench, just use a croissant wrench. Oh, she was barely hanging on. Must really want changed, you know. That's probably it. Drain plug is actually stripped. Haven't run into that in a while, so this may be getting just JB welded into there. We should start seeing some gas here in a minute. You can definitely smell it. It's really thin. Got an old school Motorcraft coming out, and of course I'm putting a Wix back in. I was telling Scotty a little bit ago, the previous owner, you know, they were guesstimating that it was 10 years since it's been off the road, but picture a block, a big one. Fellers, I've been around that thing more times than I can count. And I'm telling you, this has been sitting a lot longer. That, or it's that much more fragile maybe. But I mean, everything on this was shot. The wiring shot, every single diaphragm. I mean, it's just pretty unlikely it was only 10 years or so. I'm thinking more towards like 15 to 20-ish. It's too bad there's no paperwork or documentation, but that's the way she goes. As far as the Earl goes, of course got the Rotella heavy duty diesel oil, T4 1540. And then the last of it, got this Lucas heavy duty oil stabilizer. It's got a American flag and a checkered flag. And it says, oil alone is not enough. All right. Okay, I bought it. So we'll put that in the topper off, you know. A little bit of a trick here, fellers. Well, what in the... When you got this maple syrup stuff, put it in your regular oil and then shake on it. You know what I mean? Mix it, and then it'll all flow out a little bit better. Whoa, settle down. Yeah, we'll just let her flow and go grab a cold snack. Well, at this point, we basically rebuilt the entire car. So let's go ahead and see if this thing will fire up and idle here. Here we go. Bring the thunder. Bring it again. Bring on it some more. that fuel spraying is from the remainder of the fuel in the line from the manual pump, but there it goes. See if it's smoking. Nothing. Well, a little bit of blue. Ain't bad. It's quiet. That ticking's still there. I better shut her down before we get a fire. Yeah, we were close to flames over here. Some also not so good news here, fellers. As I was scooting around to turn the key off to shut her down, the rear drums are rotating. The reason that's a concern is I'm positive I'm in neutral, or what feels like neutral. So the clutch could be just froze up to the flywheel. That's great. I suppose I should go step on the clutch, see if that's doing anything, roll some gears in it, and let this gas dry, and then we'll try it again. I mean, the clutch feels like it's doing something, but reverse, first, second, third. See, that should be neutral. That's where I had it. Uh-oh. I heard a rumor that the 64.5s had a bunch of Falcon parts in them. Then they just threw Mustang parts over top of them. I don't know if there's any truth to that, though. The dang old courtesy lights, they work. Huh. I mean, Scotty's carbon monoxide detector seems to work. So while that's bellering, I think we're going to go ahead and fire it up again. We'll jump in and just start rowing some gears and see if we can get this rear end rotating the way it should. Could just be parasitic rotation. So even when you're in neutral, sometimes the drive shaft will wander in there. I haven't tried the brake pedal yet when it's spinning, so we'll do that. Hopefully get it up into third, and then I'm just going to let it sit there and idle in gear so the transmission can move some juice around. Same with the rear end. Goodness gracious, that thing is loud. I mean, we got echoage. Huh. Oh, it's fine. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and start it with the key this time, you know, because we're civilized and whatnot. This is another car, I don't fit in them. Okay. Fire in the hole. Boy, that thing starts up nice. Okay. Drum is not rotating. Drum is rotating slightly. Did it stop? Okay, it stops with the brake pedal. That's great news. Let's roll this down. All right, clutch in, first gear. Hey, there we go. See it? Second. Speedometer works, 15 miles an hour. Third. There we go, lots of shake though, oofda. Oh man, that doesn't sound good. Does not sound good at all. I'm gonna try to look under here quick, because although it's spinning, what is that vibration? Holy smokes. Could be a U-joint. I'm just gonna let it sit like this for a minute. Get these juices rotating. By the way, oil pressure is way high. Fuel gauge might work. It says like 2/16, which kind of makes sense because I put in like 4 gallons, 5 gallons. Amperages seems to be working. And of course, temp is low. You guys have seen me drive stuff home with no oil pressure. What really shuts a guy down is when they get hot, you know. So we're gonna see how this thing does. I also need to idle it down, but I don't know where my rear driver went. I had it, it disappeared, and then I had it again. But that idle can come down about 263 RPM, give or take 17 RPM. seeing some heat out of there. The shake's coming out of it. No, it's definitely not. I think it's a bad U-joint or something. But can we ignore it for 300 miles? That's the question, fellas. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just got to get it on the road at this point. What time is it? It's getting late. Got about 2.5 hours of daylight left. It's not enough. Not enough. Finally got her idled down. You know, with my screwdriver here. Hey, if it works. Is it a dumb idea? Starting smoke late on us. It's not building a bunch of pressure. That's good. What is that noise? Oh, that's the fuel pump. But I don't have a block-off plate, so that's just the way that's going to have to live. You can see the vibration. It's pretty bad. But chain smoking, I mean, it's smoking a little, but I got something that'll bring that around. You know, a guy basically is a doctor of classic and vintage vehicles. So I'm gonna give it a shot of B12 here, try to bring the health back around. Also known as the Italian tune-up. You feed her the onions, dump this right down the app. Should clean up the valves, combustion chamber, sticky rings, you name it. It's gonna make a bunch of smoke. But we really gotta hoop and holler this thing. You just gotta make sure that you got some heats installed into it and you got some oil pressures first. Safety squints. Oh, there's a violent amount of stuff flying in there. Got a little bit too much flow on her. That's all right, we'll adjust. Oh, come on now. It didn't hurt that bad, for Pete's sake. Take a shot of gas. Wow. I just never seen something so cranky. Do it the hard way then. Nope, it's easier. Oh yeah, just idling like a Swiss watch. Didn't even really smoke that bad. Wow, I might have to bring the idle up a titch. I like that stuff. It's like tune-up in a can. Yeah, let's bring this up. How's that sound? CO alarm's coming on again. Yeah, I like that. What kind of temperatures we got? Still hasn't opened the thermostat? Come on. I gotta get going. I got places to be. Well, here's the thing, fellers. I don't think I'm gonna get her to run long enough to open up the dorsal fin inside the garage here. We got beeping and booping like you wouldn't believe. I got a gaggle of dogs out here just sitting here staring at me right now. Apparently it's in the right frequency. It's just bringing them all in. You know what I mean? Throwing on a new air filtration system. Mazel. The other one was shot, you know. Seems to be running okay-ish. Got a slight concern about the massive drivetrain vibration. Maybe that'll come out of it. Nope, probably why it was parked, rear end shot. Just kind of going through and cleaning up stuff right now. Once I get that done here in a minute, I'm gonna roll these tires in, and I think you're really gonna like this. At least you old school classic guys are gonna go, yep, nailed it. What have we got? Is this tornado coming in, or what's this now? Spider eggs, we'll leave them. They ain't hurting nothing. Let's go on a trip way back, fellers. I could be mistaken, but in 65 and 66, you could get what's called a K code. No, Daryl just came out of the kitchen and went, K car? What? No, completely different. We're talking about codes to the pony car. In 65, 66, I could be wrong, but I think you could get a dual red line tire. It was a polyglass tire. And then I think in 67 up, they changed that to a red line. Kind of started a trend. You saw them on the GTOs and a few other things. Now, Coker makes this beautiful dual red line BF Goodrich tire, and I just could not turn it down. It's not a 289 car, it's not a hypo, whatever. I think it's gonna look really sharp. We get these poverty caps on here, it's gonna look pretty awesome. If you've never been to cokertire.com, fellers, I'd probably recommend it. They've got everything from modern to classic to muscle car to vintage to military to period correct, you name it. I used to shop around a bajillion sites, but I save a lot of time just by going here. Usually get what I want. It's also where I got the red lines for the Buick that I put on a while ago. Pop these things on. We're gonna move this thing under its own power in many, many, many years out here in the driveway. See if we can get this thing to warm up and open up the T-stat. Oh, yep, I'm definitely liking that. Where did I put the, there they are. These are a 205 7014 for the 6 of you that just asked. And they're a nice, you know, all-weather tread pattern on here. Jeremiah's bow staff. I think that was, I mean, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think that's the tire right there. Looking sharp. Let's get this thing down on the ground, get her outside. All right. First time moving under its own power in a very long time. It's doing the thing. And it quit. Oh, that's right. I don't got the digital pump hooked up. I can't get out of here. Oh, there we go. Well, hard part's over. Nope. We got 300 miles to go. Gonna clean up in here. Got to sweep, put some stuff away, and then we got to hit the road. You can probably see the sun behind me. It's doing its thing going down. We might have to get creative with some headlamps. Got a bungee cord from the door handle to the rear ashtray. That'll work. That'll keep that door nice and secure. First stop, fuel station, since we're on fumes, you know what I mean? Here we go. Torquey little devil. Nope. Second gear? Oh yeah. Suppose we better check the brakes. Yeah. Enough to get a guy through town. Well, what? Well, for Pete's sake, can't find them, grind them, you know? Blinkers? No? Other blinker? I don't think my blinky stick works. There we go. She ain't very synchroed up. I can't see nothing. Well, I guess I could have wiped the windshield off. Look out! Horn doesn't work. Ooh. Captain's side rear brake is now gone after being used 3 times. So that's fine. We've only got 299.5 more miles to go. Handles so far, I mean, it goes. The door only slightly wings open. Oh. Novice driver, sorry. Oh, stuff falling. Stop sign on a hill. Oh yeah, there's some torques. Gonna have to pay attention to the temperatures here. Didn't have time to wait for that thermostat to open. So we're just gonna, this is what I call winging it, you know? They put a new porch on that house. Huh. Looks good. Kind of a pine flavor. I was really excited about having a fuel gauge, but it's not working. It's stuck at half. Maybe it'll come around. Nope. We snuck in 9 gallons, so she had a little bit in there already. I was gonna try to do some math magicianals on the MPGs and whatnot, but that ain't gonna happen. So I guess let's just stab this thing on the highway and see what happens. Hopefully that severe drivetrain vibration just kind of fixes itself, you know. Guy on a motorcycle just pulled up next to me at that light. Asked if I wanted to sell on it. No. Oh, she just quit. Huh. That was weird. Temperature is starting to come up a little bit. I really got to stay off the brakes. They're just metal on the rear, because, you know, we didn't look or anything like that, because you open up a can of dog food or whatever the saying is. We got a right-hand turn up here. That's going to be on the interstate, and hopefully that's our happy place, because we ain't using brakes much, you know. And just keep heading south, I guess. Boy, we only got 45-50 minutes of daylight left. That's not good. Whoops. Running red light number 1. My bad. Look out! Coming through. Here comes the intro state. Oh, at least it's 5 o'clock traffic. That's really good. I already feel like I need another gear, but I ain't got one. Coming over! I'm really gonna have to hang back, you know. Can't be on the brakes and off of them a bunch. I like how the speedometer says 140. That ain't gonna happen unless it's downhill, wind at your back, and you just got shot out of a cannon, that's for sure. Starting to lose power. Not sure what's going on here. Yeah, I think she's done. Maybe a fuel issue. It's got oil pressure, it's not hot. Could be a plugged up filter, maybe. I'm trying to listen what it's doing. At least we're not on like a 17-lane freeway. Danger. Danger. Well, they do have some nice trees out here, though. Trying to make it up to this exit. I think we got like 1 mile. Come on. Might be able to coast. Come on. see if I can get into a fuel station. Oh, this is a crazy looking. Is there one on the right? Yes, there is. Stop sign, gonna have to blow it. Sorry about that. We're broken down. Okay. Oh, I see a light over here too. So let's try to sneak. Can a guy sneak under this light? I wonder. There we go. Slightly inconvenient breaking down. Very convenient breaking down on the speedway. They carry beer, don't they? Pretty sure. Let's see what we got. You know, I'm not really sure what the idea is with this thing, but there ain't no motels around here. I'm gonna try to go a couple exits up. I'm losing daylight. It comes and goes. It's not voltages, it's charge relating. So I'm not sure what the deal is here. Could be a plugged fuel tray in front of the digital pump, but I don't want to take the time to knock that out right now. I'm just going to try to ease in the slow lane a little bit. See if we can get up here to a average inn or something, or a Motel 3. What's the minimum on intro states? 40? Maybe we can manage that. Goodness gracious! Straight pipes. I like it. I do. Okay. It's a pretty sunset though. Lots of peach color. Huh. Come on. I don't have any fuel or nothing in here. Ay caramba! Well, that's definitely the issue. No fuel. Pump's either dead or the filter's plugged. I'm gonna pop it off and see. Filter's not clogged, I could blow through it. So my pump's dead. I really don't want to do it, but I have no choice. I'm gonna have to plug in the original fuel system with that mechanical pump. Got this reconfigured like that. This just hanging up here. This looped up here for now. That's gonna have to work. Unfortunately, we're going to pump gas into the crankcase unless that pump just all of a sudden starts working. Unlikely, very, but we're just going to have to figure it out later. At this point, I ain't going to make it home tonight, so we're going to be up early trying to get me back in time for my appointment and figure out this situation. But hopefully, this will get us down the road to a motel. See if she wants to start. Oh, it's trying. Come on, girl. That ain't too shabby of a view. Too bad about that billboard back there. Well, I've determined the issue, as is usually the case with old rigs. Unfortunately, the pickup sock and the fuel tank is plugged. I can't suck anything out of there. I can barely blow through, and that's what smoked this pump as well. Just trying to suck and nothing coming through. So the mechanical pump theory isn't really going to help us. What I'm going to have to do is switch to that plastic tank. Probably throw that in the passenger seat. It just plumb this directly in. I don't know, we'll shoot it through here or something, through this rust hole, and that'll get us to the motel anyway. It's About 10 minutes that way. I'm on exit 102, wherever that is. Oh, we're back on the road. Good thing I used the trailer wiring. We had some extra length on her, you know. And put it this way, the good news is we got our fuel gauge back. I can see right here in the passenger seat how much we got. I don't like this part. We got 8.8 miles with no headlights. Luckily they got these darn stadium lights. Who's paying the bill? That's what I want to know. They got these stadium lights down this thing. What's most likely going to happen is we're going to get pulled over though. I'm prepared. I'm ready. Nope, definitely not. Well, I made her to some average inn motel. That'll work. I'm telling you right now, fellers, that was not smart. Please don't ever do that, okay? I'm not gonna monkey with it tonight. We got a lot of lipstick to put on this pig in the morning, but we need some daylight to do it. And then we'll see if we can get the rest of the way home, I guess. See you in the morning. Good morning. And good morning to you, fuel pump advisor. Already got that running. We have a long ways to go today. And my wife Jessica just let me know that there's a severe thunderstorm rolling through. That's fine. Today is going to be a game of fuel mileage. I got a 10-gallon jug here that you can only fit about 8 in. And also just general survival. Do I have keys? Does this take keys? I think it does. Yeah, that's right. Cold start. See what happens. Oh yeah, I got one brake. Wow. What's the deal here? Uh-oh. Boy, it is beautiful out now, though. Are they cutting all these trees down? Come on. Okay. Let's just let it sit for a minute. Digest. Nope, we ain't got time. Let's see if we can sneak next door. Cold start. Not very, you know, good. Hello. Yeah, my door's busted. Sorry. Okay. Well, our whole fuel mileage mathematicals has changed, obviously. I picked a fuel station 57 miles down the intro state here. Then we'll swing over, top this bad boy off again and figure out where we're at. Normally I do 10 for V8s, but this thing should get, I don't know, 15 maybe? Hey. Yeah.
Can I please get a picture with you, please?
Yeah, I can't get out because of the bungee cord, but you can.
I'm not surprised.
I like your shirt. I have the same one.
Thank you. But he will be so pissed because I got to meet you.
Oh, cool.
It's so nice to meet you. I love your videos. You're funny as hell.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You have a good day, okay?
I'm so sorry. And
you're fine.
Beautiful vehicle.
Oh, thanks.
I know it needs to probably be redone, but it's beautiful anyways.
Oh, thank you. Coming soon.
Okay.
I meet you guys all over the place, and it's so fun. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Little clutch shake. So anyway, we should probably get 13 to 15. I mean, I'm going to have her wound up a little bit, but it should still sip on the fuel with that one barrel. Here we go, I guess. Fuel stoppage. Somehow in just 59 miles, it's empty. We came in here on fumes. So what's that? Around 6 miles to the gallon? That's gonna make for a really interesting trip. Gonna have to have some strategery and planning ahead on the fuel stops, which that's not me. so I'm gonna have to call my wife for help, basically. Also, the car has severe bump steer, so every time you cross a bridge or hit a bump, just swerves right hard, wants to put you in the ditch. Likes to party, I guess. I think we got a coil spacer on the captain side and not on the drinker side, and maybe that's what's doing it, because she kind of just does this. Also, it's pulling severely left, so I should just pull a string on that, or you can use speaker wire or whatever and do the alignment really quick. So I'm going to do the right thing and just overfill the front left tire, and that'll bring her straight again, you know, line it that way. I'm going to top this thing off again, quick check the oil, also Rain-X the windshield because it is very overcast and the sky is blacker than my soul over there, so you know, I think we're getting ready to do that stuff too, which is awesome. At least we got brand new good tires for once in my life. Maybe I should start doing that more often on these, but nope, probably not, you know, because money. So anyway, they got a Schlotzdies here? They make sandwiches, don't they? That is a big American flag. I like it. I like it a lot. Real feel on the cab's probably 15 degrees, and of course this is shooting it right in my teeth, and then window down on that side's not helping. I got updates. Lost the keys again. I'll find them eventually. Got the bungee cord. Oh boy. Hooked up to, where did I put it? Oh, under the seat down there. So now it's on the door lock knob. Get this window up. Guy is starting to get just a little bit cold. Not bad, but we got a long ways to go. There we go. Also going to bring the speed down a touch. Maybe we could save on some mile per gallons that way. And also the fuel economy, because we got to stop every 50 miles. This is going to take a while. And I ain't kidding you. All right. Keys. 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 Well, here we go again. I got 61 miles. Really gonna push on her this time. Boy, well, I guess that was, what did I say, 59? I don't know, okay? It's gonna be empty. I do got a jug here though if we gotta put a splash in her. Maybe we'll go about 55 this time. We'll see what happens. That is completely empty. It's not sucking any fuel, but thankfully my exit is right here. We're gonna coast into the fuel station here. A few more fuel stops down. This one got a little spicy there towards the end. I had to keep tilting the fuel jug around at different angles trying to get her to succulate the last drops out. We did. It actually just quit right when I pulled off the exit. Not gonna do that again. But now that I did that, we're in a good position to get fueled up here, and then I can get all the way through Nashville, hopefully, you know, without having to stop or anything like that. I don't want to get in stop and go traffic or have to pull off or be on the side of the road and stuff like that. Draws in the emergency services, folks. You know what I'm saying? Car's running good though. I mean, the temperature's holding. Driving slower does not help fuel mileage. This thing is an absolute gas hog. I mean, I've got big block Chevys that get better fuel mileage than this. We'll have to look at that. Oil pressure is fantastic. It's still charging. So that's the good news. And the sun came out. Maybe it won't rain. No, it definitely will. Anywho's, recharge on the energy drinks here. Fuel. We're just going to jam her back on, and this should be the home stretch if all goes well. It's been a long day. This is pretty respectable. There's not a single leak or weep on this entire engine, with the exception of the dipstick tube. But I mean, I got this thing really wound up, so I ain't gonna complain about that at all. That's pretty great. These 6-cylinders, they're tough old birds. I ain't kidding you. Oh, this is the hold my battery in better. See? Yep. Sure. Well, my brain finally fired up and figured out the issue here. There's a number 10 to 0 on the side, which is some sort of number that no one knows. This is not 10 gallons. I should have realized that because that's a 5-gallon jug. I don't know why I said that. Tired, I guess. I got 3 gallons in there, which makes way more sense. That thing's getting about 20 miles to the gallon, and now all is right with the world. But that makes sense why we got to stop so often. I'm sitting here staring at this thing going, I got a 10-gallon boat tank, and it's much bigger than this. Well, mistakes were made. But now we know there's probably quite a few of you yelling at me going, Derek, what are you doing right now? Just filling up here. Might be my last tank, fellers. We're getting really close. Figured might as well use this up if we can, and I know gotta stop again. Well, fellers, we made it. Just beat the rain too. 300 miles in a 66 Mustang that's been off the road for, I'm gonna say, 2 decades. She fought us a little bit in the beginning, but once we got her on the highway and blew the cobwebs out of her and fed her a couple onions, she came back around for us. Runs really good actually, but still needs a lot of work. Fuel pump, fuel tank, fuel lines, brakes, interior, you name it. Maybe as far as paint, I don't know. Shiny stuff scares me. I kind of want to flip it, but I don't know. We'll see what you guys have to say down in the comments there. I'll be scanning through that. To those of you that are subscribed, thank you very much for the support. I appreciate that. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next time.